Doah's Daydream. This is our song, One Love.
Forget your fears because you won't feel it, yeah. Forget your pains because you won't need it. Far, far away to the unknown where our higher self awaits. Far, far away to the oasis where our thirst will be quenched. Soul, yeah, one love, one love, one love. Let it burn until it disappears, yeah, one love, one love, one love. Shine bright until we are done, yeah, one love, one love, one love. This is what we have been searching for, yeah. Because every day is a gift. Surrender to one love. Because everyone is a bliss. This is mercy. Will it last forever? This consciousness we see. With third eye wide open, it's up to us now. Burn until that disappears, yeah. One love, one love, one love. Shine bright until we are done, yeah. One love, one love, one love. This is what we have been searching for. We are a Ocean Beach band, and I started the band back in late 2019, and here we are in 2022, and I got PJ joined us last September, and Chris has been playing with the band for about a couple years now.
I think almost 2 years.
Yeah, we met in pandemic. Yeah, so. And we are, I guess we're very diverse, but I guess if you can kind of categorize it, we're like a pop, rock, ska, reggae band. And we put on a high energy show. And we're really excited. We have a tour coming up, and we have a lot of things going on right now.
A lot of big things going on. Yeah.
OB threw their first annual St. Patty Beach Party, they're calling it, and similar setup as actually very same setup as the OB Oktoberfest, and we were lucky enough to play there, and it was one of our biggest shows, I would say, that we played, and really had so much fun rocking a stage like that. That's for sure. Where
Jumping up and down.
Yeah, moving around. There's
getting some exercise. Yeah.
So we're a little bit on a lower energy right now because
What are you
we're all
talking about?
hungover. Partying a little bit too hard. I'm gonna lose my voice a little
Always
bit
high
here too,
energy.
but it's all worth it.
So we get to play a show with Sprung Monkey, Urethane, and Authentic Sellouts. And based off of the show that we played last night, last night was a rock show.
Yeah.
Like we were just really just all about it. We had an extra guitar player and things were just a little bit more heavy. It was great. So I think staying with that energy to play with punk rock bands, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a great learning experience for us too. Definitely. And a way to diversify people who listen to us too.
Yep.
They might hear our Spotify.
Reach a new type of audience.
Yeah. I think this is our first show that's opening up for like a big punk rock
National
band.
act, yeah.
And yesterday was interesting because we cut out pretty much majority, like all the reggae songs that we do. And so I think the set list that we put together yesterday it's
a rockin' set list.
It's a rockin' set list, and that's something that we are going to take it to the Music Box show and put on a really rocking, freaking high energy show so we can get everybody lubed up.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
We're going to go from rock reggae to punk ska.
I grew up listening to a lot of reggae because I was raised in Hawaii. Those are like you go live concerts in Hawaii, it's all reggae shows pretty much most of the time. So Bob Marley was one, but of course No Doubt. I loved No Doubt, and then Aretha Franklin was one of them. She really influenced me a lot when I was in high school. I started getting really into like Led Zeppelin and like all the like a 70s like rock band, 80s rock band, and like Black Sabbath and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, what is this? I'm like, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, get out of here, So yeah.
Game changer.
Rad.
When I first started really liking music, it was punk rock and hip hop. Like with my family, we're not like a musical family, so it was just Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin was like all I could listen to. And then once I found out like Rancid, like NoFX, and like kind of like Blink-182, like before they went like too mainstream. And then I realized that like Snoop Dogg also lived in the same area. And once I heard Doggy Style, like hip hop was like my main like favorite music. It still is. And then I grew up and then listened to Dave Matthews Band. Carter Beauford is probably my heaviest influence now. And like I get influenced like every 2 weeks by somebody new. But like it's mainly like hip hop and like fusion jazz. I try to aspire to, along with just rocking out straight up.
Let's take you guys way back, and my first album ever that I bought was NSYNC, No Strings Attached.
Yeah.
From there, I was lucky enough to have my parents are huge fans of Pink Floyd and Grateful Dead and all the great classic rock bands. So I kind of grew up with all that, like in my house, listening to it, and that transferred over to my guitar playing. Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, that's probably what you were guessing. And as far as reggae is concerned, I'm really into bands like Expendables, Pepper, of course Sublime, that goes without saying.
Yeah, all that, for sure.
And we're both from the East Coast, and those are the bands that got me into reggae too.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's not much of that on the East Coast.
There's not like a scene like there is here.
I remember going to Pepper concert when I was in high school.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Why won't you have some dirty hot sex with me?
Yes.
I'm like, yes. But it's funny. I'm thinking about this now. I was born in South Korea, and I grew up in Seoul a little bit. So I listened to a lot of K-pop growing up when I was like young. And I remember like singing all the K-pop songs too.
Yeah, those pop songs have awesome melodies.
I think that's why I like.
Why they're so popular.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like. I'm like my songwriting is like getting more pop driven. I think as
I think it's
let's
cool.
listen to some NSYNC on the way home.
Bye, bye, bye.
I think man, that's a tough one. But Hyrie is one of my top.
Yeah.
Because actually she's been really cool person to get to know. And we're kind of walking in the very similar path, I think, but in like a different, we're different path but similar path. So I would have some questions about recording and all these things that she already been through and went through, especially as a woman in this music industry that's very male dominated. So she was really like gracious enough to talk with me and spend like even just on the phone and just kind of letting me know the things that she had to go through earlier in her career and what she's doing now, and all of that has been very very helpful, and I'm like super grateful for all the little nuggets that she's been giving me, and it's like we're kind of in this just doing it and kind of, what do you call it, like you don't get like someone helping you or teaching you, so
Winging it.
Yeah. Winging it, that's right. So and I enjoy her performance as well, and the songs and the lyrics that she writes, and so yeah, I think she lives in Hawaii now, but she got her start in San Diego, and she was playing the venues that we are playing, a few years back. So yeah. Winston!
Without a doubt.
That got you excited. All right.
Yeah.
It's always a banger.
Always an OB. Anywhere an OB is always our favorite place to
Yeah, I mean, we love THC, but like, there's something about Winston's. I think within 1 year we would like to be on the festival circuit in some manner, and then hopefully just get to bigger slots with bigger shows and bigger venues. So how about 5-year goals, Red Rocks? I think we can. If we work really hard, we can do it sooner than that.
Oh, I love that.
But
that's my
play
dream
Red
come
Rocks
true.
in 5 years.
I would cry.
Yeah.
I think
as long as we just keep working like we've been working. I mean,
let's do it.
We just have to aspire to it.
that's a great goal.
We have to keep getting better too.
Yeah,
And
gotta
listening.
elevate. Yeah.
But that's one thing. Like, we all listen to people and musicians who not only are smarter than us, but have been through what we've been going through. So we're kind of going through like this transition of sounding better, and it's kind of also making us like more of a rock band, and people seem to be responding to it. So I think like our diversity is really getting someplace like new along. Yeah, it's good things are coming. So I think Red Rocks in 5 years is a good obtainable goal.
I think so too. I believe in us.
Well, no, that was good, Peachy. You defined a long-term and a short-term goal.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
That's a
though.
business.
That's how it works. You have to have like baby step. One thing leads to another, and then next thing you know,
Shout out to
Red
Blaine.
Rocks. Yeah,
Guitarist
we'll
of
do an
Hyrie.
additional shout out to Blaine for helping us out. And
Yeah,
that's
Rad.
someone kind of like what Doah said with Hyrie as the band. Like, this is someone I could myself personally look up to, and someone who's paved the way.
He's been really helping us get dialed in musically, for sure.
Yep.
What's coming up for Doah's Daydream? We have a tour that's starting in March 31st, and we're playing at Deep Piazzas in Long Beach. And the next day, April 1st, we're playing at in San Clemente or OC Tavern. And the Saturday, the next day, the 2nd, we are going to Tucson and playing at The Rock, Tucson. And then the next day, we're going to Tempe and playing at Yucca Tap Room.
Yeah.
And we also have a show coming up in Hawaii in June. June 17, we're playing at the club next door. That's going to be a really fun show. That's our first Hawaii show, and really excited about it because it's I wasn't even doing music when I was back in Hawaii, so this is gonna be a interesting thing for my friends too, I think.
What island?
Denver, Colorado.
Oahu.
Too.
Oahu.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Denver, Colorado in May, and
Cool.
then Music Box April 15th, and then we're playing Sea Legs in Huntington Beach April 10th. That's gonna be a big one, and if you've never been to Sea Legs before, I highly recommend because it's got the best view.
Literally on the beach.
Right on the beach, and it's really, really fun. And we are in a process of recording new music right now. We are kind of sitting on plenty of songs that we just need to really find some time. But I think we have found a couple producers that we like that we're gonna work together, and we kind of starting the process now, and we have a couple songs already started. My goal is we would love to put out an album towards at least by October or something, and have a album release party, and that can kind of lead us into the next year. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Sweet.
And a couple music videos, hopefully.
Yeah.
Who's gonna pay for all this?
Buy merch.
Buy merch. Come to our shows.
Come to our shows, buy merch, and any of you guys watching, thank you guys all for supporting Palapalooza and local music scene here. We really appreciate it, and it means a lot to all of our musicians here working really hard for you to take your precious time to come to our shows. So that means a lot to us, and very grateful. You're my meaningless boy. You're my meaningless boy. Yeah. You're my meaningless